Hello and welcome to Fred TV News. I'm Darius Winslow.
And I'm Vanessa Combs. Today's newscast is all about what's happening, whether in the classroom, behind the scenes of a company, or in the minds of teens. We've got a show for you.
Our first story is all about teens and how they think. Do young men and women think the same? Why or why not?
Hi, I'm Pedek Latch. Have you ever wondered what a guy thinks versus what a girl thinks? Well, I'm here to find it out. As we mature, men and women differ in many ways, and their opinions differ just as much. But why is this? We have all heard of the more common perceptions of men versus women. Women are better communicators, men are better drivers.
I definitely think that there is a difference that boys and girls face in social pressures. I think when it comes to different aspects of life, there are different pressures for boys and girls. I feel like when it comes to guys, like in relationships, when guys get into a lot of relationships, like it's seen as a good thing and like, you know, they're really getting out there. But like if a girl is to engage in a lot of relationships, she's, you know, slut shamed or like it's like demeaning toward her. So there are definitely some big differences.
Women can read body language and look deeper into physical expressions, such as the way they act or approach a certain situation, something men lack or pay no attention to.
I think that sometimes girls actually have to get ready longer. Boys don't only have to really take a shower and kind of do their hair. If they don't want to really look kind of bummy, then they just dress a little nice. But girls have to put on makeup, do their hair and stuff, so it does take a little longer.
Men in general can take decisions without being emotionally affected that much, while women in general take into consideration about other factors that are related to emotions. Well, I think I should read the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus to get a better understanding of this. I'm Pedek Latch, back to you in the studio.
Is that really how you think, Darius?
I mostly just think about my phone.
Speaking of phones, let's take an inside look on the use of technology in robotics. It's pretty cool how the students in Mr. Lobo's robotics class were invited to attend a regional competition after taking first place in the recent robotics competition in New Bedford.
Hello, this is Timothy Norton reporting for TV News. I'm here with the Durfee ROV team. Let's find out what's going on with them and their robot.
The Durfee ROV team recently won their first competition, which landed them an invite to the regional event in Atlanta, Georgia. The team consists of 8 students and 2 mentors who all have different roles in making the robot.
One thing we push in our program is just being passionate about what you do. And this team is very, very passionate. They meet up every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday after school, and we sit here, and that's when we do our engineering briefs, and we talk about where are we, where do we have to go to next, and how do we get there.
The regional event will be a multitude of tests, including retrieving a package from the bottom of a pool and measuring distances of objects. The robot requires a lot of work, not just programming, but also building it with PVC pipes, motors, transmitter, cameras, and sensors, and much, much more equipment.
When you found out that you win first place in a competition that you think is just a normal competition and nothing more, it's like it's something that gives you like a push to be like, I'm good at something, so maybe I can work towards it more, and maybe I can get a profession in this, maybe even get a future.
This has been Timothy Norton reporting for TV News. Good luck to the Durfee ROV team in their next event.
Wow, it's so cool how students are able to learn how this stuff works and then get the opportunity to showcase their work. Technology has come such a long way. Let's see how technology applies to movies as well.
Hi there, I'm Vanessa Combs. Have you ever wondered how movie theaters run so smoothly? I'm here to give you that sneak peek. Movie theaters know just how to get you back in their seats. They hang all the posters of the new action, comedy, and outstandingly eccentric dramas on their many walls, enticing all you moviegoers to re-enter the theater once more. It's 2017, and computers run everything, including the projection rooms in theaters. You rarely see anyone exploring up there. Now on to food. Popcorn. You can barely resist that amazing smell. Theater employees have revealed that there are many tricks used to make the popcorn smell irresistible.
I think there are a lot of rewards for working at AMC theaters. Personally, for me, I enjoy working with all the crew people that are here and the management team. I think they are an amazing group of people.
Did you know AMC Theaters in Dartmouth was recently renovated? New seats that have been installed have made for an increasingly growing profit.
I actually love the seats. They're actually my favorite part of coming to the theater. Before I actually started working here, I'd go out of my way to view the movies here.
Now that you've seen all that goes on behind the scenes, I bet you're just dying to come watch a new movie. See you soon on Vanessa Combs. Speaking of movies and television, we have our studio here at Durfee, and we make many uses of it. In addition to filming the newscast you are watching, we also do a show every morning that gives insight into events going on in school throughout the up-and-coming week.
Top of the Morning is a daily newscast created by Fred TV students that is broadcast throughout the school each morning and on Channel 9 in the city of Fall River. Ever wonder how it's done? Let's go find out. Follow me into the studio as the students get ready to start the morning announcements. There are various crew jobs in the Top of the Morning, from producer, writer, to director, news anchors, camera operators, audio tech, and more.
Hiring the Top of the Morning crew is always a challenge because the kids are all so good that audition here, and basically we take them from the classes. So we announce it to the older classes, TV2 and TV3, and we'll say, tell us what you'd like to do, what position you'd like to try out for. We come in, we do a test run, and we kind of move the kids around, and I base it on that and how well they've done in class and how responsible I know they are based on what I've seen so far throughout the year.
During the Top of the Morning, news anchors announce information over Channel 9 in Fall River, and also over the intercom throughout the school that affects students and staff. Things like what's for lunch, club meetings, weather, sports, daily attendance, and more are a part of the broadcast.
Well, it starts with the script. The script is always made the night before. And then from there, we pull up the script in the morning. Everyone comes to school before 7:30. And from there, we start messing with the cameras, make sure everything's focused, do the audio. And then we do the assistant directing, change the lunch every day. And we also change the weather every day. And then that's the start of our show.
Being a part of the Top of the Morning crew is an experience that TV students enjoy because it allows them to gain experience in the newscast that they might not necessarily get otherwise. It helps them to further prepare for the future career in broadcasting and allows them to work together as a team. If you have any Durfee news that you would like broadcast through Top of the Morning, please email Pauline at pmcgrath@fallriverschools.org. Stay tuned.
It's always interesting to see behind the scenes of things. Have you ever wondered what happens behind the scenes of lifeguarding and what it takes to be one? And here's Carlos Borges with the story.
So we've all taken a swim in the pool before, right? And most of us consider ourselves to be good swimmers. But what if you weren't a good swimmer? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a lifeguard?
Being a lifeguard means always knowing what's happening in your pool and being aware of your surroundings. Every day can hold different situations, but lifeguards are prepared for anything as long as they have their fanny pack, guard tube, and whistle. Any other equipment guards may need are close by on the pool deck.
I think the greatest challenges for me as a lifeguard are just trying to know the experienced swimmers and to try to differentiate them from the non-swimmers and just trying to keep a good eye on your zone and always being focused and knowing who you're watching and just having total zone coverage.
Every guard is trained to be constantly scanning the pool by moving their head side to side, carefully evaluating every situation. If the guard notices anything that would put someone in danger, they quickly react to prevent anything serious. The guard has the final authority of the pool, and they will do anything to ensure the safety of the pool, even if it means kicking out a patron.
Well, to be a lifeguard, everybody has to go through the same standards through the American Red Cross. There's a set of skills in CPR, first aid, and water safety that everybody has to go through and everybody has to pass every 2 years. Just requires, endurance swims, sprint swims. You got to be able to be comfortable at the bottom of the pool and different types of rescues. So it's a national standard that everybody has to be, competent at.
Lifeguards are trained in first aid, CPR, and rescuing. If a patron were to become distressed, a lifeguard would clear the pool and jump into the water with the safety tube to save the victim. By placing the tube under the victim, they can easily bring them to the nearest edge for safety. After the victim is out of the water, the guard quickly recognizes whether the first aid or CPR is needed and proceeds cautiously until someone with more training comes along.
I think maintaining pool safety it's just being consistent. Have your ground rules, enforce them, and just make sure you're the same person every day. It's very, very important to be safe in the water at all times, so I think just consistency is very important.
Now that you know the form and technique of being a lifeguard, do you think you're up to the challenge? I'm Carlos Borges, signing off.
Saving lives is something that lifeguards do, but also something that is familiar at Forever Paws Animal Shelter too. And being a part of the animal rescue learned takes a lot. Let's see what happens behind the scenes and how preparing these pets for adoption is no easy task.
Have you ever wondered what happens at an animal shelter? What goes down in the pound? Today we're here at Forever Paws to see what's happening and to meet some companions on the way. Shelters rescue animals before they can get hurt or hurt someone else. Animals are taken care of until they are found a new home. Once adopted, they are given their shots and have a microchip placed into them for tracking.
There's a lot of responsibility. You have to be willing to put in a lot of time to care for these animals because they don't really get a lot of time to socialize.
There are a variety of tasks that are given to workers or volunteers at animal shelters. Workers have to walk dogs, socialize with cats, clean cages, help with feeding the animals, watering, and grooming.
There are lots of benefits that come from a shelter for a homeless animal because, well, the obvious one is like they have a place to stay during cold months like winter.
When adopting an animal, you need to go through a process of an interview, some paperwork, and eventually taking your pet home. Some adoption cases require a background check and a home visit to make sure the pet will have a long-term safety.
So now that you see what's happening, go down to your local animal shelter and adopt an animal. I'm Jay Pimentel from Fred TV News, signing out.
I feel badly for all those animals that are still waiting for a home. Imagine that there are also people in this world that are in the same predicament, and most worse. The situation in Palestine is just terrible.
Are you aware of what's going on in Palestine? Do you know how it affects our citizens as well as theirs? We're here to summarize that for you. In 1967, Israel fought Egypt and other nations in a 6-day war because they saw an impending attack by Arab nations that surrounded Israel. On the first day of the war, the Israeli Air Force sent several waves of attacks on the Egyptian Air Force while they were still on the ground, presumably wiping out any chance Egypt had to fight back and protect their land.
I think the media tries to portray the Americans as sort of peacemakers and getting between two warring parties. I'm not really sure that the rest of the world really feels that that's the case. I think a lot of times the rest of the world would depict our policy as being incorrect.
Currently, Israeli fighter jets set bombing runs on numerous locations in Palestinian villages, killing innocent women, children, and the elderly. Israel is doing this because they feel that the Palestinians' land is their land from their God. This means that Israel is essentially evicting millions of people in the name of their religion, or in other words, manifest destiny. Many people have little to no knowledge of these events taking place.
They definitely upset me. I feel like it should upset the international community as a whole. It's egregious human rights violations. It violates everything we stand for as humans, and it violates every idea I have of humanity. So it's completely wrong in my eyes. I feel like we should help Palestine.
The map here shows the intense transition of the land ownership from Palestine before the Israel militias started to claim Palestinian land, with the amount of fatalities they've created through their cruel methods of warfare inflicted on the Palestinians. Although this may be an unpopular opinion piece, we found that the Israeli forces have been attacking and decimating the Palestinian people for their land for years, all in the name of their God, and how the Palestinians' land is their land from their God. How do you feel about what's happening?
Well, that's all we have today for what's happening. We hope you learned a little bit about what happens and what goes on behind the scenes. I'm Vanessa Combs.
And I'm Darius Winslow. Thanks for watching Fred TV News.